Hello there folks, Nerdy John here, and today we are looking at another video from NickIsNotGreen. I swear, this is like his 5th apology video at this point. This one is called, I make harmful content. That needs to change. So, like, is this an announcement that he's not going to be doing commentary type content anymore, the drama slop content? Is he going to be Elvis the Alien now? Is he going to do movie reviews? Is he going to be like pyrocynical and do hour-long videos on like horror-esque games? What's going on here? We got 12 minutes of this. Let's take a look.
In this video, I want to address how I have made my content throughout my time on this platform, but more specifically with a series of videos I made regarding Super Mega.
Man, the guilt. No, well, not really guilt, because I don't think he actually feels bad for what he's done. I think he's just trying to cover his butt now because he knows that the general public, takes this stuff seriously when it comes to like false allegations and stuff like that. When it's revealed later on, by the way. Till then, they're all gun ho about whatever's going on. And it seems his friendship with Ethan is online is done. Same with the girlfriend too, the one who started the whole allegations in the first place, because supposedly she was liking tweets making fun of Nick, and then when Ethan was on that Twitter tirade where he was like even talking to me, he was mentioning how like Nick was messing up on a lot of stuff, that Nick was dumb. It was a weird situation, so I think that bridge Nick had was probably burnt to the ground, so now he's just like trying to scramble what audience he can, I guess.
If you're unsure about what happened, I'm going to be talking about a lot of my specific actions in this video, but if you want a more detailed overview, I would watch this video by Unpoetic Justice that summarized and documented a lot of what happened since July. I'm going to be linking that video.
Yeah. It's probably a video that makes him look better, because let's be honest, a much better retrospective would be, well, for one, watching my content, or a serious note, watching Turkey Tom's 2-hour retrospective on the whole drama, because he does a pretty good job in that.
In the description. For the past 6 months, I have been defending myself against criticism for how I used my platform in a series of videos I made attacking Matt Watson and Ryan McGee of Super Mega. I stubbornly persisted and posted videos thinking that I was somehow the victim in this drama that was stoked by YouTubers that friends of mine had a bad experience with. In December, I decided to take a step back from posting videos, and over the span of the last month or so, I have slowly processed and realized just how wrong I really am.
And another thing too is we see there's a lot of like commentary as YouTubers who, as soon as they get into like some kind of like drama of their own, they then start with the mindset, oh, comment like drama content is bad. I need to move away from this. We saw that a lot with figures like Pyrocynical, Tipster, Elvis the Alien, Bionic Pig.
And the realization of being ignorant and immature and dangerous throughout the course of this whole thing has not actually been a unique experience for me. This situation followed patterns of past behavior that are rooted in my character and how I respond to criticism from other
Well, yeah, how you respond to criticism is you just call everyone Nazis.
people. And I realized that I'm not really getting hate because of the content I make or because
Well, I mean, your content is crap. let's not get that out of the way. Yeah, it's very very bad content. It is well, how does Pyrocynical put it? Content slop. It's content slop.
of the audience that I have or because everyone else is wrong. I got all this criticism because I was wrong. When I initially started receiving criticism for these videos, I really only saw the most aggressive and the most extreme reactions to what I did, and I immediately ignored it and turned away from it. And not just those comments, but from people who are actual fans of mine who were worried about what I was doing. I would see certain content creators making countless videos against me who I didn't like, and I would not take it seriously at all. I would see disgusting comments about me and my friends, and I would turn away from it and refuse to give it any validity. And I would keep working through it and doing my job as if I had nothing to apologize about. I wouldn't watch the videos. I wouldn't read any of the comments. It took way too long for me to read.
Which, by the way, I think generally when it comes to being a creator online, especially a creator in like this drama space, it is a good idea to kind of ignore what the majority of what people think about you, because you don't want to go into like a Spurg thing of like responding to like every single little thing about you. But when you're launching a campaign against creators like Super Mega the way that he did, you really need to look at yourself in a self-reflective light.
Realize that not only was I wrong about the way that I have used my platform over the past few months, but a lot of the people who I shat on, who made content about me, were actually right. This is the 5th time I've responded to this, and every single
Oh god, I missed an apology. 5 apologies. Jesus. Why does he need, I swear, like his content lately has been nothing but responding to this because, and like I don't know if this guy has a Discord or like but I'm sure he has a platform where he interacts with his fans a lot, and I bet you probably still he gets a lot of fans like, you messed up on this, because like his fan base is like the leftist side of commentary where it's like you need to be held accountable for your mean words. But I mean, in this instance, they're not necessarily wrong. Because this dude, he went on a whole campaign over allegations that just could not happen, could not be proven in any sense of the word.
time before this, I have done or said things that have made my actions even more harmful. I wrote off any of the criticism, basically saying that the people who were making videos about me weren't credible sources in my eyes. They were responding in bad faith. And this isn't something that I have only done in this situation, but it's something that I've done during my past few years on YouTube. I never really took a fair look at what people were saying about me online, because whenever I saw the most aggressive comments, I ignored everything else. And I tried to move on as if I've done nothing wrong. I have horrible anxiety around reading or seeing content about me, and it caused
It's good that just because you're not confident in yourself, dude.
me to do some very ignorant things. But without making those videos and receiving the kind of criticism I did, I don't think I would have come to this drastic of a realization. I think I would be making the same exact videos I was making before if none of this had happened. I surrounded myself with validation and people who insisted that I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't comfortable telling people close to me that I believed I could have been wrong, because I was afraid to face reality. And I see how it could be expected that I would come into this video blaming the people I surrounded myself with who enabled this kind of behavior. I could talk about how I trusted the wrong people in my life, but the reality of the situation
You think he's talking about Ethan and Lex there? I wonder if he's talking about them.
is, despite who I was friends with, despite who I chose to publicly stand with, I was the one that made the decisions to act in the way I did and react to the criticism I was getting. And when I was trusted to be a responsible content creator who is doing things that other people won't do on this platform, I turned out to be a coward. I have full control over how I edit and write and do everything on this channel, yet these mistakes still happened because they are rooted in who I am as a content creator. And I had the realization that in order to use my platform in the most responsible way I could, I needed to have a complete overhaul of my behavior, and I needed to make major changes to how I make my videos, including how I receive and respond to feedback. And that's something that I need to start right now. The way that I treated online controversy and the people involved was gross, and it is cruel, and not just in the Super Mega video, but in a lot of my videos in the past 3 years. I've made a career off publicly shaming people for mistakes that they may have desperately regretted. And of course, it's ironic that I have spent hours
This is why you don't take drama content seriously, right? Because people like Nick start thinking that they're like moral crusaders. They are justice, okay, and their word is law. They start getting egos about what people think of them. It's sad and pathetic.
over dozens of videos laughing at people's mistakes and the way they respond to criticism when I myself have been closed off to any criticism or feedback that I receive on my own videos. And I'm aware that I've had content in my past that people have considered harmful and that people have spoken out about, specifically my J-pop idol group video, my Love Surge video.
Of course, like there's some sort of like K-pop or J-pop video associated with that.
My video about that couple breaking up. Even more of my videos have received criticism for being too mean and promoting hate towards people.
Too mean, too mean. I'm sorry. Oh my god, people who think Nick is not green is too mean with his content would not survive 2016. Oh no, also too, I can point a video that he absolutely did wrong, but he'll never acknowledge this. Is his video like asking his fans to mass report Sneeko. And then, a little while later, Sneeko got banned from YouTube. Now, Sneeko is an interesting individual who I honestly I think he should be made fun of. But that's the thing. He needs to be made fun of, not banned off every website. Nick is still part of this cancel culture group. He knows the beast that he deals with, and so he's trying to save himself from it. That's why he's doing this video.
People who do not deserve it, and for that, I am deeply sorry. I know that I've been defensive in the past when people have criticized my channel for having opinions that are too surface level or making videos with not enough effort. People were hurt by what I was saying and what I was making, and regardless of my intent, I chose to ignore these people and to continue making my content, and for that, I am sorry. I had my sights on making my videos efficiently and consistently without putting the proper care that is required for the kind of audience that
I mean, if you're doing videos where you're talking about serious allegations, of course you need to do your research, right? But if you're just like, okay guys, here's like 10 TikToks, we're gonna make fun of them. I mean, you don't really need to do your due diligence, right? You're just like, you got the video on screen, something ridiculous happens, you laugh about it, you make a few jokes, yada yada yada. So it's oh my god, the begging right now. You might as well just say, chat, please forgive me, chat, for what I've done.
that I have. My priorities were on my growth and my income, and that drive caused me to forget about everything else that was going on around me so I could feel better about myself. And so this video is not only a statement and an apology, but it is a public commitment to using my platform in a way that is constructive and has integrity. I personally do not believe that commentary or critique videos are inherently harmful. I know plenty of content creators who do what I do in a good way, but the way that I was making content was absolutely harmful. It was careless, and it is not up to the standards that I want to set for myself moving forward. My content has lacked the care needed to deliver personal opinions that are educated and thorough, and I continually prioritize the efficiency of my content over making videos that I am truly proud of. I want to publicly apologize to Matt Watson and Ryan McGee for harmfully mishandling my coverage on a situation that I should never have been involved in.
Now that's one way of putting it. Now, one thing that was absolutely objectively disgusting was when they brought up their friend's passing, and Nick and his little friend group was trying to use that against them, saying that they actually didn't care about him, and that they would make fun of their friend who passed. And Nick, that is absolutely disgusting. Now, maybe if when I unpause this, you're actually going to specifically apologize for that. But so far, you just like doing a broad, general sorry. I think it shows that you're not actually sorry for what happened. You got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. So now you're trying to save yourself, and it's sad.
I'm sorry for repeatedly being ignorant because I was too afraid to face criticism, and I just talked and listened to people who made me feel like I was right. I made posts insulting and denying any wrongdoing on my end because I was too afraid to challenge anything else. I made my initial videos about Super Mega because I had pre-existing feelings and beliefs about them based on what friends of mine told me in private, and I got angry and I wanted to fight for them. I got my emotions involved in a conflict that I had nothing to do with. I saw all of these comments as harassment to me, my friends, and my family, and it caused me to react in a destructive way. At the time, I believed that agreeing with what people were saying about me or apologizing would be turning on those close to me, and it would make me a flawed person and content creator. But it is humiliating to come to the realization that the content I make is far from helpful or honest or safe. And the way that I deflected blame for my own actions ended up hurting both parties involved. The decisions that I made while covering the Super Mega situation and the way I responded to criticism ended up hurting the people that I was trying to help in the first place because I didn't handle it with the care that was needed. Everyone was worse off because of my actions. There were people close to me that had to endure harassment because I refused to listen to those in my life who were telling me that I may have been doing something wrong. I realized that I made a mistake in my first video saying that I asked for permission to cover the story from the victim, and then later in my coverage said that I was actually asked to cover the story. Now I want to clarify that I was asked to cover this story by the victim, but that does not remove any of the accountability I need to take for how I covered the story and how I responded to the criticism I got from it. That is nobody's fault but mine. I used a serious situation as an excuse to make insults and jabs at Super Mega because I got emotionally involved in a conflict that should have been treated with more severity, childishly insulting Matt and Ryan and thinking it's okay because I'm the good guy and they're the bad guys is an embarrassing decision that I decided to make. I
Are you gonna bring up the
made
friend?
digs at Super Mega's relevance. I put edits in my video of Matt getting punched in the face, all because I was convinced that it was all right to bully these people in front of hundreds of thousands of people because I thought they were awful. And for months and months, I refused to believe that I was the problem. I put my head down and I kept working because I just kept telling myself that people were going to stop caring and the whole thing would blow over. I really wasn't comfortable with saying anything like this for a long time, but truly my character was the only thing stopping me from facing my mistakes, and I am ashamed of that. My behavior in the past 6 months is not something I stand behind proudly. I again want to apologize to Matt and Ryan and everyone else involved in this situation, regardless of if I agree with them or disagree with them. There's not a single person who I did not let down with my actions, and I am so sorry for using my platform destructively. I also want to specifically apologize for the carelessness used in how I talked about Matt and Ryan's late friend Daniel.
Here we go. Okay, you're actually apologizing for this. Okay, um, one tiny crumb of brownie point for you, good sir.
It is concerning and cruel, to say the least, that I was not more immediately outspoken against the way that Daniel was talked about in other people's videos, including my own, and the
And Lex's.
fact that I believed that this information was relevant at all to this story is ridiculous. I convinced myself that I was reporting the true testament of someone's character, when in reality I used someone's tragedy to push an agenda. I was blinded by this hate that I had on behalf of people who were close to me, and it led me to do insane
Who were close. Who were close. Again, and no one's like outright said it yet, but I think that Ethan is online bridge is well burnt at this point.
say some pretty awful things. Learning just how much growing I have to do and how flawed I really am has been the hardest but probably most important lesson I have learned in my life so far. I would not be making this difficult of a decision if it were not for the people who were this persistent about my bad behavior And I am grateful that I have been given this many chances to finally take a hard look at how I've been handling myself, my platform, my content for the past 3 years. I spent months responding to a controversy that removed blame from my actions, and it wasn't until now that I realized it's time for a change. My content reflects who I am, and for years now I've been making content that I do not want to be remembered by. I'm not proud of having a career made from ridiculing people and acting like I know better and that I'm worthy of judging them. Time and time again, I excused my gross behavior and I cultivated an audience around pretending that I'm a better person than those I criticize. I know that I'm capable of being more than this, and that is going to start with immediately changing the content I make to be more intentional, constructive, and meaningful to me. I apologize to those who have watched my content at any point over the last 3 years, and I am committed to improving my character and learning from my mistakes over my time on YouTube.
All right, so that pretty much ends his video there. Yeah, this is the second apology video that we're getting in the year 2024. Nick, I gotta be honest. I think I like Yandere devs a bit better because, unlike you, Nick, Yandere dev can actually be entertaining. So, if the internet's looking for anyone to cancel, I think personally we should cancel NickIsNotGreen before we cancel Yandere Dev, okay? Ignore what Yandere Dev did. I'm just saying, his video was a bit more entertaining than Nick's entire catalog, okay? I think we can all agree on that. But no seriousness, Nick, I swear to God, if I have to see another apology video from you about the super mega situation, I am going to flip. Now, with that being said, this is Nerdy John, signing out. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for all notifications, and heck, if you're feeling extra generous, become a member for just 99 cents and get a shout out at the end of every live stream, which we do Tuesdays and Wednesday mornings. This is Nerdy John, signing out. Take care.